I believe I might have effed up when I cut this off. So I've been looking for these, and it's getting this particular one we ordered is wrong. It's way big. So what I found is that you buy this piece and then you buy this piece here is separate, and it's got this little bush, and you see me barely getting it out right there. You see me starting to separate. It's got this little, looks like a little bullet, you know, little end that's grooved right there, and you just knock it on, and then that's what keeps the roller pin on. So what you actually do is knock this off and get to this little pin right here. Bumping this gets this off, and then you replace the roller. So yeah, let me make sure I'm right. Let me come back. Let me get this off. Alright, there's that. I had to take a sawzall and cut this right here, cut the tip of it off. That's only how to get it off. It was pressed. And then I have this little chisel punch deal. I really don't even know what this is. You know, it's some kind, but we've had it for years. So anyways, I got this out. Now I know what I need. But you can see right there how bad the roller was messed up. So every time the door come around, it would hit that spot, and then the spring and everything would kick out. So alright, cool beans. I should be able to get this back in no problem with the door on, so I ain't got to worry about that. I just got, now I know what I need. So I'm going to order one of these to replace this, and we already got the door ready to go back on, so I'm going to stick it on and wrap this up right here. And then now the rest of it is just kind of hanging out with your bushings here. Go on the top here, in the bottom. Same thing on the door, on the top and in the bottom of the door. How it rides on there. So cool beans. All right, let me stick this door back on. All right, I got the wheel knocked off, but I can't get this little rod out here. This little piece right here, I can't get it out. It looks to me, in the one that's for my truck, it comes up, it's like 50 bucks. You buy this, and then you get this little wheel that comes by itself, and you replace it. But I don't see how you can replace it without knocking it off, because this is aluminum and this is steel, so it is seized in there. I can't get it out. So I mean, it is what it is. I already had that problem once with the water pump, if y'all remember. So I'm just gonna have to take a chance at it, because I ain't getting that one. So it is what it is. But anyways, like I said, we're looking down in there. That's what it looks like. It knocks down in there. So there's no, we ain't getting this out. So even if you couldn't cut this off, you know, do it while it was on the truck, I don't see how you're gonna get this out. I've been beating on this and could not get it out. So maybe I didn't F up by cutting it out, because I wouldn't have got this out anyway. So alright, let me go make sure. I'm gonna do a little bit more research and make sure that's the right one for the truck before we order it, because it's like $50 something, $59, something like that. But anyways, alright, the hunt continues. Alright, we got our correct hinge pin now, so we get it put in. It was what somebody comes in 2 different pieces right there. So we'll get it in. We'll just gotta tap it in with a hammer. It goes in right here. But I'm also going to take this loose again and drop this pin out. See how this is dropped down just a little bit? I'm going to put a washer on it and then put this back in. I'm not going to take the door off or nothing. Just get this pin down and change that out. Alright, cool beans. See, that's what I did too up there. I don't know if I showed y'all that. I had to add a couple of washers there to keep the pin pulled up. So I don't know. I think my bracket's a little bent, maybe a little tweaked. So it is what it is. We'll get it fixed. Alright, catch y'all where I'm at. I got my hinge roller pin in. I had a small hammer, because regular hammers a little troublesome fitting in there, but I had this little baby hammer. So that fit in there perfect, and Papa Bear come and helped me. He held the door up. I added a washer to the bottom of this pin here to keep my bushing up. I think what happened, this one's gotten bent somehow over time, but the bushing was falling down, and I think that's what was tearing it up. So I put this washer on it to keep the bushing up. I had to add 2 washers up here to keep the pin all the way up, and this hinge roller pin as well. You can see right there, I don't know if it's going to focus, but I added a washer at the top of it to make sure the pin stays all the way up top, which I don't think this one will fall. It's grooved right there, and you knock it up in there. So it was a tight fit, and I knocked it all the way up to its stop. It's got a stopping point at the top. So, but I had that gap, so I added a washer. So, you know, it ain't perfect looking, but I mean, it needed to be. Like I said, you're not going to see the washers. I know they're there, but somebody else never going to see them. But it needed it. It's too much of a gap. If it would have failed either way, I didn't want that to happen. So, all right, cool beans. Next thing we got to do, we got to put this little deal in here. This little pin here goes in that holds the roller. But I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight right quick and buy a clamp that holds this spring. That way I ain't got to fight it. You can take it and in there with some baling wire. I've done it a whole bunch. When I done this before, I was like, oh, I'm not going to buy that tool. I'm never going to use it again. It's stupid. So I just wrapped the baling wire around it and put it in, and then you got to cut it and pull the wire out, which is not fun. I mean, the thing ain't but $5, and it'd take me, 30 minutes, 35 to get there and back. So, I mean, what the heck. So, all right, I'm going to go to Harbor Freight. Alright, I've been working trying to get this little pin, a little driving pin in. I have all these bars. I did go get this little tool. It's $12. I ended up going to O'Reilly's to get mine. It wasn't bad, well worth it. Anywho, you see right there, I couldn't get it drove all the way up. It's aggravating. You can't get a swing on it with a hammer because of how this indention is, and then I couldn't get in here with any of my pry bars, and that's how I got it in there, was with this bar here, which is actually a big nail. But anyways, I got the spring in, the door holds now, see, like it's supposed to. Don't fall in and hit your leg or nothing. But I'd put that little pin in first. The instruction says to put it in afterwards after you drive this one in. Then that way you don't drive it in too far onto the roller. But that's aggravating. I'd put it in before I did it, and then put it in there, because I didn't have to hit it that hard to get it drove up into where it's at now. So, well, all right. Well, cool beanos. All right. Well, there's the hinge roller pin installed right there, and not too bad. Like I said, I put that little pin in before I put it in, but my door's holding open. Ain't falling on your leg no more. So cool beans. Alright, I hope y'all taters enjoy, and I'll holler at y'all later. Come back here and show y'all. This is that door spring removal tool from O'Reilly's. I went blank there for a minute. There's the number right there. So it was $12 and some change, tax and all. So not too bad. Well worth it. Alright, I'll holler at y'all later.